All right, what is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games. I'm coming at you with another cool Planet Coaster 2 video. Today we're going to be looking at the Flume updates and everything. Over here by Rich and Adam here. They're going to be guiding us of what's coming in Update 1 and what's coming in the future. So I think this is going to be some confusion with some people because they are going to mention that not all of the Flume updates are coming tomorrow, and as they wanted to, because some of them aren't ready. But they do give us a sneak peek at those new Flume updates. So let's check it out.
New board game director on Planet Coaster 2.
And I'm Adam Woods, senior executive producer.
It's been great seeing those amazing parks that you've been building since launch, and we're here to show you a closer look at what we've been working on the enhancements for Flumes and Slides as part of Update 1, coming on Thursday the 12th of December.
We're also
just tomorrow.
A sneak peek at our progress towards some further changes that we had hoped to include in Update 1.
So notice what he said there is that they're gonna give us a sneak peek of updates that they hoped to include in Update 1, but didn't quite get it in because it still needs some more time and work and development. So we are getting updates to Flumes tomorrow. It's just not going to be everything. And we'll see that here in a little bit.
We're continuing to work on those behind the scenes to ensure that the best experience when it's ready for your players.
Right. We want to wait till it's ready. Which makes sense. I don't want them to rush it. I want them to not release it till it's ready.
Water Park, where we're going to take a little closer look at some of the extra movement that we've added to Flumes and Slides.
That's right, in Update 1, we've got a lot more natural movement as your guests and your inflatables.
All right, here we go.
Flumes and Slides that you've been creating.
So you can see like the rat or the tubes are kind of like lifting off the slide, going left and right.
They'll be moving
a little more naturally.
A bit more left and right, and there's a lot more movement as they bounce off
see them
the
kind of they bounce off the sides, come back and forth. So this is stuff that's coming tomorrow.
Here, as the guests come into this corner section, sometimes they're coming in forwards, sometimes they're coming in backwards, and as they bounce around that corner, as they enter the upward jet piece, they're also sometimes going in forwards, sometimes coming in backwards.
And this mat slide is another great example of that new behavior, as you can see our guests.
All right, so they have like a side-by-side comparison, and in the previous versions, it would just go straight down, but you can kind of see that on the new version, they'll be like crooked, they'll be off to the side, so it just looks a little bit more natural and more realistic movement.
Before the update would go through the middle of this.
Which the mat slides look really good. I think they did a good job on that. Again, this is coming tomorrow.
Left and right, something like this shows it really well as the guests get onto the slide and then move.
Looks really good.
As they go down. Another one of our exciting enhancements as part of Update 1 is the ability for your Flumes to have multiple guests on them at the same time now.
It's really easy to change.
All right, so this is another change coming in tomorrow's update, is that we can have multiple guests on the slide. You can just set an interval.
You select it, go to the advanced settings, and then here you can change the interval to however you want, increasing it or decreasing it.
So you can have guests go onto the slides every second or so. I wonder if you can go in like every half second or what. I'm not sure.
The Flumes and Slides are just a small part of what's coming in Update 1, which you...
Now, there's a lot of stuff coming in Update 1. Unload stations, fireworks, coaster support pieces, and so much more.
Be available on Thursday the 12th of December. For more information, please visit planetcoaster.com or click on the link in the video description.
So that's everything coming tomorrow when it comes to Flume physics. So we're not getting a whole lot. We're just getting some more realistic movements going into tomorrow's update. So what they're about to show off is something that they had hoped to get into the update, but it just didn't make it in because it's not ready.
But that's not all. Whilst we carry on working on Flumes for future updates, we wanted to show you a sneak peek at some of the progress we've made already.
For example, one of the enhancements we've been working on...
And they just fly right off. So this is amazing. I love seeing that we can now launch our guests off of these slides if you have too fast pieces. I would assume that it's going to work if you go into a turn too fast. That's what I'm also hoping. Maybe they weren't ready to show that animation off yet. But
flung from your Flumes and Slides if they experience high G-forces, such
as... just fly right off, and they look so happy when they fly off too.
Humps or round sharp bends.
So they did say round sharp bends, so yes, that will be a thing. So this is all development build, work in progress. They're still working on it.
We've also been working on adding more varied movement across special pieces. On the left, we can see the...
All right, so they're going to show off kind of like a before and after of the Venus flytrap, which I think has kind of like one of the most unrealistic movements.
Current route that all rafts take
Like
on
it
the
just
flytrap, regardless of speed.
it just looks too rigid and just doesn't look natural to
On
me.
the right, you can see a new, more direct route based on its slower entry speed.
So what they're changing here is based on its speed, it will go higher up and stuff like that. I bet they probably have like 3 different levels depending on the speed, and it will just choose one of the animations. That's going to be my guess. If it has a lot of speed, it will do the normal animation. If it doesn't have a lot of speed, it will just go straight down. That's kind of my assumption of how that's going to work, based on its speed. So that's I don't think that's a huge enhancement, but I think it's better, of course. Like it depends on how much speed you had, because beforehand it would go through this the same way no matter what.
In addition, we're looking at high.
And you can see how much the tube is just going left and right, up and down, and then this part's really funny.
Entry speeds and what routes mats and rafts
You make it do 360s. Doesn't look natural, but it's funny.
potentially leading to some amusing and surprising outcomes for your.
See, that one looked very much like not physics based on that one.
So
But you can see, oh man, that probably hurt his head.
potentially leading to some amusing
Watch when he gets down here, he just bangs his
and
head against the
surprising outcomes
slide.
for your guests.
Dunk!
So
Ow!
Look at some of the additions that are coming in Update 1, as well as
That's an injury.
some of the further enhancements coming in the future.
For all of the changes that will be part of Update 1, please visit planetcoaster.com.
Alright,
Thanks
so
for
that's
watching.
about it for this video on the updates for Update 1. So I want to make it clear for people that probably might get this confused. I think there's going to be people confused of like, why can't I launch guests off the Flumes like they showed off? I feel like there's going to be confusion like that this is going to be in the update, because it's not.
Enhancements we
So hopefully people listen to this video carefully, that this is a sneak preview of what's to come. So they're still working on the flume physics and everything like that. And that this is coming in a later update. It was supposed to be in the December update, but they just aren't ready to release it just yet, which is totally fine with me. I think it's fine that they're waiting till they get it properly done before releasing it half-baked and creating more bugs. We don't want that. I love the mat slides. So what's coming tomorrow is just like more realistic movements, like the left and right, which it looks great. This definitely isn't physics based, and you can tell that it's all just animations. And even when we get to the launching the guests off, I think that's going to be all animation based too. I think the game's just going to calculate like, okay, this guest has too much speed coming over this turn or going over this hill. This is the animation that's going to trigger, and it's going to make them fly off. Same with and I say that because of the Venus flytrap clip here, where you can tell.
The current route that all rafts take on the flytrap.
See how rigid that is and unnatural moving that is.
And on the right, you can see a new, more
and on the right,
direct route based on
it's
slower
still very rigid. But we'll have to wait and see. I think it's not going to be completely physics-based. I think they're just enhancing the animations to make it look more physics-based, if that makes sense. That's my assumption. I could be wrong on that. Maybe it is physics-based, but just visually what I'm seeing right now, it does not look like
one
that.
of the enhancements we've been working on is
It looks more, that looks pretty good.
guest jettisoning.
But,
Your guests will be flung from your flumes.
I feel like I think that's funny though. I do love that. I'm not one that was big on caring about the flume physics as much. I understand why people do, but like it didn't matter too much to me. Also, I know one thing that a lot of people want changed is how a lot of the flumes it's flat. The tubes flumes have flat. The flumes or the tubes go down these flat sections, even though on the bottom it's rounded. So these should be rounded. Maybe that's something to look at into the future too, but like I don't know why they went with it being flat, because that's not very realistic.
Going in forwards, sometimes coming.
Like I want to see them, like if we go down a fast spot, like you have these like on the turns, you can have these wall pieces, and I want to see them go up it. That's kind of what I want to see. So they didn't really show that much off for that. Maybe it's not ready to be shown off, but
sometimes going in.
But like, I don't feel like they had a lot of speed going into that. But you can tell it's definitely animation still and not physics.
And this,
of course, I think that's just the limitations of the engine itself. It's not a physics-based engine, so they're trying to do everything they can with the engine that they have currently. So I think people need to understand that too, that these efforts are phenomenal in my opinion, because like they're trying to make it look more physics-based, but it's not really physics-based. And that's okay, because again, their engine is probably not a physics-based engine, so it makes sense. But I love the effort that Frontier's going through to try and get this right for the community, because like that looks good, like where it's going back and forth and kind of crooked, and they're kind of hiding the animation, you know, like they're trying to make it look more natural. So and we're not getting again, we're not getting this update, we're not getting everything in that the update tomorrow, unfortunately, but hopefully they'll roll out the launching guest off of Flumes part of that very soon. I'd imagine maybe like January or February, maybe with alongside the first DLC, because I feel like our first DLC might be around February, March, since we're not getting a DLC for December. Yeah, so let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about this update. Are you upset that not all the Flume updates are coming tomorrow, or are you glad that Frontier is not gonna or taking their time and they're not gonna release it until it's ready? So at least they're giving us something for tomorrow. It does kind of suck that it didn't come out. They didn't get it done in time, but at least we're getting half of it. So I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comment section. But just remember that we're not going to be able to launch guests off of the Flumes tomorrow in the update. That's going to come in a future update. Just more realistic movements in the Flumes are coming tomorrow. So appreciate you guys checking my video out. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe for more amazing content like this, guys. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.